During the 9th century, a lot of Chinese monks were looking for the elixir of mortality, and around 850 AD, a book of elixirs was published. It included a recipe for a substance that could burn a house down, combining both sulfur saltpeter and dried honey. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It wasn't until the Song Dynasty that a weapon manual was released, documenting the weapons used with it. But they couldn't make that many weapons though. And these weapons were actually really similar to our modern weaponry, such as rockets or fire arrows, which were just explosives attached to arrows. Naval bombs were made of chips, the flamethrower, which believe it or not was a Chinese invention, and oh boy, it must have a cool name. Used in 976 AD against the Song naval forces, the Southern Tang forces used a primitive flamethrower that burned them all up like Thanksgiving turkey. And the big one, the hand cannon. Oh, and big cannons, I guess. It appeared in the late 1200s. Cannons and hand cannons were actually very common in China. Here's an example of a bronze hand cannon from 1332. It's shown to be a foot long and shoots stone and metal ball. By the mid 1200s, Europe and other countries were starting to notice this strange gunpowder. Well, you see, there was just one problem: no saltpeter. Back in 1083 AD, China saw how big gunpowder can be and banned all export of both saltpeter and sulfur. Now, sulfur wasn't that big of a problem, yet saltpeter was. All of a sudden, it was an arms race to find a new source of saltpeter. Late 1300 recipes were made. One example of these was mixing human feces, urine of horse dung, and lime, sheltered and turned regularly for one whole year. Yeah, no, it was pretty expensive and tedious. Yet, it was worth it in 1331 AD when the first military use of gunpowder happened in Europe. King Edward vs. Philip of Spain during the Hundred Years' War, the Battle of Crecy. Edward was outnumbered, yet crushed the French with huge hit with his gunpowder bombard, showing how powerful gunpowder truly could be. More feats were shown with even three big empires, the Ottomans, Indians, and Mongol, using gunpowder heavily and being famed the famous gunpowder empires. Constantinople, famed for its unbeatable defenses, was destroyed with gunpowder in a matter of minutes. If you don't know what I mean, just imagine Boston's today, like during the 1400s. Candles in China were also being made with gunpowder. Even Joan of Arc loved gunpowder a lot, like a lot, like a lot. Wow, gunpowder just can't be beat. Oh, hi guys. Smokeless powder, or black powder, was invented in 1884 by Paul Viel, a French guy. With a mix of potassium carbonate, sulfate, sulfide, plus other gases, it allowed for less smoke, less foul, and 3 times the firepower than normal gunpowder. Still wonder more and more people were switching with gunpowder, slowly dying in demand. Yet, it would take a while before its fate was sealed. With the invention of the French label model 1886 rifle, regarded as the first modern rifle, today, black powder is still used with gunpowder to be forgotten. Started out as a fantasy for eternal life, turned into a quest of military superiority, ended with 2 powders, capable of ending life.